All right. So, Mom, you ready?
Yeah,
Okay.
what we were talking about.
You said you were going to talk about my father.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, uh, this was during World War II, and but I left the Blues about a time. I left Blues. I went to college. I got a job at US selling material to make dresses. But then I was so good at all what I did, he decided that he would go do some shopping and left me in charge of his business. So I was there. I think the wife, she resented it. She said, you are stealing. And he's a dumb, he don't know you are stealing. But I know you're stealing. And I'm gonna find it, I'm gonna catch you, you're going to steal. And she adored me so that I left. And when I left, I went to another store. This was a German Jew. And he wanted somebody to stay in his store because he would fill his car up with perfumes, and powder, lotions, and material, and drive to Silver City and to sell. And he would leave the house about 8:30. That's when I was there. And he left me there in charge. And he goes to there and he come back about 12. And we have, sometimes they would ask me to take me to lunch, and sometimes I did. But then he was telling me about that he felt so selfish, so self-conscious, because he and his friend had a shop in Germany. And when he started, a German friend told them if they were either, the best for them to do is to get out of Germany because it seemed that Hitler would take over and he hated the Jews. And he could take all things. So get ready and get to settle and get what you can for it and go. So he told his wife, she said, yeah, let's go. And his partner said, that's stupid. The Germans would not allow him to take over Germany and do what you say he could do. But I'm not going. So he said to his partner, come on, you got to go, let's go. The partner says, I tell you what, I'll buy you out. You can go. I tell you, take my wife and my children with you. And the wife said, no, I'm not going. And the children not going. I will stay right here with you. So he felt very conscious that he had left his back. So I told him, he said to me, I was very selfish. I said, what you said, you should have stayed with him. Because what happened was the German friend that they had would write him so often in his column and tell him what was happening and report about his partner that he had. And then all of a sudden, he didn't hear from the guy no more. And he didn't know what happened to his partner. Excuse me. So he went down to me was he write the name? I said, of course he would write the name. Why you going to take it to some kid? Because this guy, he doesn't want to live. He wasn't a child. He was a grown man.
Right.
And he didn't want to leave. So, so anyway, I used to, the house, the shop that I kept for him was not anybody but I didn't hardly stay there.
You wanted a cough drop or something?
Yeah. I wasn't.
That's right.
And I used to come out and stand by the front door and watch people. And there I saw all these sailors dressed sometimes they would dress in white and sometimes they dress in khaki. And they looked so good. And they'd be walking up, going to the what you call it, the saloon. And it was called,
The cool spot?
yeah,
The cool spot?
yeah. What you call it?
Cool spot.
Oh, cool spot, yeah. They were all going to the cool spot. But I had this guy was they were trying something. Anyway, he used to come by and pick me up and we were up the cool spot. Meanwhile, there was a girl named Ivy, and she was engaged to be married to one of the sailors. But he had gone back on vacation to his family, and he would write her and tell her, you know, and every Friday, every Friday, they would have rehearsal for this wedding. But he was there. He was in South Carolina. And so, my friend came and picked me up, and we went to the cool spot. And he left me the cool spot while he went to rehearsal of the wedding. No, it's a wedding, but they had rehearsal about 3 months, every Friday. So, so one day, one of the sailors said to her, you know, what's his name, the guy that she was supposed to marry, is back. She said, no, he's not back yet. I just got a letter from him. He says, he is back. And with that she says, okay. And she got in the car, and went out to the base. I showed them she saw him. And found out that he was married. I had 2 kids. And all the time, her father was a bad cases of champagne. And they had, the wedding would be one of the century easy to keep the past, but they didn't. So, Ivy was her name, and she had a sister named Gwendolyn. Now, Gwendolyn used to be very friendly with one of the sailors, his name was Kennedy. I'm not on Herman's friend, Kennedy. So, but Kennedy told her I told them that if if the brother along with him thinking that he has money, and he has a wife and a kid, and he not going to mess up with nobody because he loves his wife. So Gwendolyn says, when you are the first at the crowd, because my boyfriend also, I go have a wedding with him, but he had gone away. He was with the, I forgot the name of him, Marcus Garvey, too, big. So he was always away. So one day, and Kennedy was at this cool spot. And there, the man, Marcus, left me because he had to go to the rehearsal, and I was just with there drinking Coca-Cola, Pepsi Cola, coffee could start Cola, and I went to the bathroom. I come back one day, they said to me, call me. Says, I know you don't like to talk to some American senators, but this guy wants to meet you. And he says, yeah, I want to meet you because you're going to be my wife. And she said, I said to you crazy, you're not crazy. So when she says, come on, sit down and let's talk, they are too nice, but they're not up for anything. So I sat down with them and we talked, and next thing I know, he was back, the guy was back, Marcus was back. And what did they say? You know, they made a dance in the some place they had a dance. She said, yeah, let's go to the dance. So they said, okay. So we asked them, and I said, my uncle was sitting down there, and I said to him, I said, I'm sorry, but I'm going to dance with these people. And I left, I went to dance with them. And he asked, your father got agent. But Kendall said he couldn't find him. So I said to Kennedy, I said, let's go forget him. I would. So enough, when we got the door, there he was, breathing like an agent. And I said good night. He said, good night, you're going to walk with me to the bus stop, aren't you? I said, that's the way you carried on. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going to be here better. So with that, that's how I met him. And I would walk him to the bus stop every time he called. But he didn't have any money. He didn't have a cent. He had enough money to buy his toiletries because he was being punished. For 6 months, he didn't have a penny but money for his toiletries. That was all. And so the girls in Cologne, they don't want the man, food those guys that don't have any money, especially American sailors. But I didn't care because I have no money either. So anyway, he couldn't met any of them, so he came to me. And we went walk in the park, and I just singing in the fire, singing songs, And, and then we went to the beach and got them to talk about being married. And we talked about being married. And meanwhile, we had somebody loaned him come up and he got some that $2 and we went to a hotel, a cheap hotel. And how that's how way I got pregnant with Yvonne. And well, next thing I know, he would come to the house and he would call and he would bring all kind of fruit and I would make apple turnover like and some kind of cake. I would go to the movies. The movies were very cheap, but it was around 25 cents. And you go to the movies and you, at the time you go to the movies and you take out the food you wanted, I would make the apple turnover and he would eat all that apple things with my fish, big kind of butter mix, and go to the movie, eat all the food, and that's it. So,
What movie? Do you remember any of the movies you saw?
no, we went to seven movies. I know. I don't think I remember any of the movies because they're cheap movies, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So there was not exactly cheap movies. They were good movies, but all the movies in Korea time was very cheap. Everything there was cheap anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So it was okay. No, what else happened? Oh, so we were sitting at the parkway, and this policeman came and said, "What you doing? What you doing?" I said, "What to do? They're in the park, and in the park. But you must be careful with these people because they're not honest, you know." I said, "Yes, I do, and I'll be very careful." But he didn't know at the time that I would get ready to get married. I didn't know I was getting ready to get married. He knew it. God, okay. My sister Carmen got very sick because they are not illegal people coming just like they come in here. They should come there in part of the column because of the shot of the canal. And they used to come and they illegally. So this guy came with his wife and a child and his wife's sister. And the housing was very scarce. So Carmen had a big room. So she told him that they could come there and put a bed in the room, and they used like the balcony, the veranda, to make it like a kitchen, and that's where they did all the cooking. Then you had area where you had nothing but wash tubs, wash basin things to wash your hands and wash your food and so forth. And that was what they used as the bathroom. Yeah, that's a month. I think it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 houses, rooms there, and they had to, they had six, some, 12 bathrooms, and three kitchens, three things that you got wash the dishes and, and so forth like that. So, anyway, he used to bring fruits, and I said, my mother, but Carmen was sick. So, they came illegally, and he got a job, the husband got a job at the canal, and while he contracted TB, and he probably brought it to him. He had TB. So he said them come and put him out, and have them go to the clinic. They had. And she contracted the TB also. And so when Kennedy and Stone, after I got to know them, they came up to see her. And she was taking some liquid medicine the doctor had given her. And she said, she don't like to take it because it tastes so bad. So they decided they're going to take it. They took some before that it's not about it all. You can take it. And then when we left, I'm going down to the bus stop, I told them, I said, did you know that my Carmen has TB? And they went the next day, told me, they went to the doctor. The doctor said, but you won't come back, you know we have TB, come back in 6 months. And we can see whether that TB have. But he said, I doubt you have it. And, well, then I had divorced, the baby, and you couldn't get married, he couldn't get married, just say, go ahead and buy a license and we get married. No, you had to get permission to get married. And it takes 6 months, because when you ask for permission to get married, you have to fill out the paper, and the person who asked had to fill out the paper. Then they will investigate that person.
Right.
And it takes 6 months. So that's what they did with me. We had to wait 6 long months. And so, eventually, I don't know, but anyway, he came home, Carmen had died, and he came, Herbert did, up to the house, just as high as he could get. And my mother says that he was in the house and that she had to take off his shirt and go wash it because he threw up all over it. And she said, and in his pocket was his permission to get married. And I said to her, well, he didn't ask me, did I want to get married? So I ain't thinking of marrying him. She said, don't be stupid. You know very well you have to get married. You have a child with him, so you got to get married. So we eventually got him sober enough to take him back to the boss tried to go back to the advice. It's, and then eventually, he came up one day. Oh, Ivy. Ivy found out that she found out she went to the base and the first place she met was her supposed to be intended. And he tried to hide her, to run, but she got him. And so, that night we get married that Friday night, Friday. That Thursday, Abby came up and said to me, you see what that guy did to me. And you took a chance with this one. And she said, why are you so stupid? Don't you see what they can do, what they do to you? They tell you all these lies and this after they're finished with you, either they are married or they don't want you no more or whatever. I said to her, I said, well, that's the truth, but that's the chance you got to take. So anyway, she I didn't tell her I was getting married the next morning. So I got the girl, the neighbor, to watch the baby while I went up with take the bus. I got the woman, the girl that I had asked to be my matron, and I went and she and I took the bus and went to the base. When we got to the base, he was there polishing his shoes, getting dressed, and the wedding was at 3 o'clock. And we got there about 2:30. So yeah, eventually he got dressed, and by 3 o'clock, the limousine came to pick us up. And he took he works at the captain's house. That's where he works. And it looked like every morning they put fresh flowers on the table. And so he just took the whole thing of flowers and gave it to me. Stop laughing. And we got in the limousine, that's the driving the limousine from this street there to Greg house. So there we did. It just drove right there from the captain's house to
the church.
Yeah, I did to the boat. That is
a quarter of a mile, maybe.
Yeah. So when we got there, the guy was on that walking plane. Here comes the bride, and we got there and got married. So when we got married, we got back in the limousine and drove us back to the captain's house. And then my maid of honor, Amelia, she and I got back in the bus and got back to Cologne. Well, we got off right up where she worked, and I worked in a haberdashery right at the main street. And we got the bus, so I walk in the way Abby work. I saw her, I said, look, Abby. And we thought she fainted. They had to send her home. They had, as somebody said, you are a cruel person. Do that to a poor child. I said, well, she tried to put everybody in one pot, and that I had to tell her no. And I am sorry, but anyway, she became my best friend.
She did.
Yeah. Gwen was my friend, but then after Gwen got married to the guy, they moved, and it was just Ivy and I became friends. And she would come out to Coco Solo where we lived, and I watched it one night there. So if she was hurt, that's not too bad. Huh? But not evil of me to do. No. So anyway, Amelia told us to come by her house. They had built up the big nice houses because when I got there the first time, they didn't have any houses. People were living in tents because they had so much rats.
I heard about that.
Rats was all over the place, and the people just decided they go right to the doors, they burned the whole city down. And they were living in tents. So, what did I say, Oh, so they have built some building, and the houses were nice. You didn't have just one room, you have a whole house, like. And so, Amelia asked us to come up to her house. We thought, oh, she's going to have a nice dinner for us. We got there, she was shelling peas. And listening to the radio and shelling peas. And start talking, and there was not a pot on the stove. So we sat there for about an hour, and then we went to have dinner someplace. Because at that time, he had money because the 6 months was up. So we went to have a nice dinner, and then we went home on to bed. But that is. Now, with the guy that was coming, and his wife and kid and sister-in-law, Irish. He was sick and in the bed. He couldn't go to bed. But she decided, she got a boyfriend.
Oh, wow.
And she said to me, that's the whole I was married to. She said to me, I got a boyfriend, as you know, whatever his name was, is sick. And we go, they go to a hotel. She said, but he questioned me when we come home, when I got home. So what I want you to do for me is I will pay for you to go to the movie. You go to the movie, me and this guy will go to the hotel. And you go to the movie, and make sure you say everything in the movie. And when you come out, you can come to the hotel and get me. because the movie's about 2.5 hours or something like that. And then fill me in about what the movie was about. So when they get home, and Manny, what's his name, asked her about the movie, she filled him in of what I tell her. And that went on for a while until eventually he died, I think. But because he died and they moved. And they moved on. And I stayed with Tess. Because Tess told me to Carmen was using me. Because my father told me that he was telling me to find McCullough and he wanted me to find a school to go to. And to let them to Dean was to write him and he would pay the tuition. Carmen said, that's ridiculous. You work with me. Because she was contacted to make army shirts. And she made, oh my God, army shirts like they were going out of style. And then she put me to work with him. And then she would send me to buy thread, and I would get the wrong color, and then she had me to make the buttonholes. And the one time I make the buttonholes, and I went to the razor, cut it too big, and she hit me. And I went and told Ten Saudi. And Ten said, let her work by herself. You come and stay here with us. And that's how I stayed with our Severine and Ten. But God, Carmen, she was really something else. But then she developed I told you, and died with the medicine. With the TB. Okay, what else? So, the baby got very sick. And I took the baby all over to every doctor, but Herman was telling the doctor and the base about, he says they could clear up that by couple shots of penicillin, and that's what the doctor need. So Herman said, well, can I bring the baby? He said no, because I don't think, we were married, but I don't know why he gave him that he could not bring the baby.
You weren't married yet.
But I wasn't married.
No, you weren't married yet.
Yes, I was married. I was married because...
No, I think that was the problem, because you weren't married yet.
Oh, when the baby was sick?
Right.
But the baby died when we were already married. We were married when we died.
When were you married?
We got married in, when did we get married?
You got February 3rd.
February 3rd, yes.
1945?
Yeah.
Okay.
And baby died. Yeah,
and the baby was born in October. In October?
Yeah, we were married.
Okay.
We were married because we were living out in Coca-Cola when the baby died. And the baby, for some reason or the other, the doctor told Herman some cockable story that they couldn't take care of the baby. The guy was a civilian or something, I don't know. But anyway, but he did suggest that Herman would take the baby to the American section. I did. I took the baby there. And when we got there, the administrator did not want the baby to be with the American people. The Americans, because all the American babies were white, right? And this baby was a white. So he said no, they couldn't put that baby. And Herman said to him, I am the father, I am married to the mother, and you have I am American, and the baby is an American. So they put all Americans together, and they refused. So what he did was say, put the baby in a hall, not on the native side, but not on the American side, but the neutral side. So they said to me, oh, she needs blood. So I said, well, here I told you. She said, no, we can't use your blood because you might be pregnant. So I said, I don't think I am, but she said, I will call your husband. So they called the base and Herman came. When Herman came, they sent us to the lab to get the blood test. Well, you would think it was an emergency, but we were at the lab, we waited over an hour before they called us to take his blood test, his blood for the baby. So when we got back to the hospital, baby had died. They saw us, this nurse came out with bundle, so many bundle, and I don't know, I think I just fainted. And so, Hamilton, he couldn't believe it. That's how I could, and that's why I came to the States, because Herman said, if they could treat me like that, I'm an American, they're my children, and they can treat my children because they're very black, I'm not going to stay here. I'm going to send you to the States. And that's how I came to New York. And it was a fun thing. I came to New York, they put me in the hospital, there was a ward, and then there were two with a single room. And they gave me the single room because I was the only black person there. And those women got so mad. What the heck you mean? I gave her the one, and I could use that to fabric to myself. When I left, they fought over that room. You know what? The funny thing about it, that the only person these people was in there was the membership. Like the people who, like me, they didn't care. They just wanted the private room. And they couldn't get one because the one private room they had, they gave it to me.
What were you in the hospital for? What were you in the hospital
for? We had the baby.
Which baby?
With Sylvia.
Oh, this is in New York?
Huh?
This is in New York?
Yeah, Brooklyn.
Okay.
Brooklyn. And yeah, what else? Well, that's a different story to me. So, that's about what I know about. I can tell you
That
about.
was good. It's been over an hour. That's good.
What?
It's been an hour. That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
It's enough. All right. Okay. Well, thank you.
Chaplain, the captain, and the commander, they made a bet that I was not going to stay with Herman. That as soon as I got my citizenship waiver,
Mm-hmm.
I'd be gone. But I lost a bet.
They
Yeah.
lost that bet. Yeah.